Most of us spend our days being pushed around by reactions we don't fully understand ourselves. We get anxious, defensive, hurt, offended, and then later we ask, why did I react like this? So in the next few minutes, I want to offer a simple 3-layered map of the human experience. A physical survival layer, a social ego layer, and a deeper layer of restful awareness. Let's see how each layer evolved to keep us alive and connected, and how the third layer reveals something far more radical, which is reality as the self. Let's start with the oldest layer, the fight or flight response. Imagine our early ancestors on the savannah. A rustle in the grass could mean nothing, or it could mean a predator. Over millions of years, the nervous system evolved an incredibly fast automatic program. See a threat, mobilize the body. Heart rate goes up, breathing gets faster, blood rushes to the big muscles, digestion, immune function, long-term planning, all of that gets put on hold. This is the body saying, very simply, right now, the only question is, do we fight, do we run, or do we freeze? So, at this first layer, the self is basically this body staying alive in this moment. This is not personal. It's not about your personality or your story. It's biology doing what it was designed to do. Keep the organism from dying. But there's layer 2, ego and social survival. Now, human beings didn't only evolve as individuals, we evolved in tribes, in families, in complex social groups. In that environment, another kind of threat became just as serious as a lion in the grass. Rejection, humiliation, losing status, being cancelled, being pushed out of the group. And over time, the mind developed a more subtle survival system, the ego, a reactive sense of me that monitors how we are doing in the social world. Notice how this layer works. Someone criticizes you and there's a flash of defensiveness. You're excluded from a group and there's a deep ache, a sense of, I don't belong. You post something online and then keep checking, did they like it, did they approve? At this level, the self is no longer just the physical body. The self becomes my role, my image, my reputation, my story, my importance. So from an evolutionary point of view, this makes sense. If you lose your standing in the group, then you could lose access to food, protection, mating opportunities. So the ego learned to constantly compare, defend, and improve the social self. The problem is, what was once adaptive for survival can become a prison of reactivity. We are no longer being chased by predators, but the body still responds to an email, a comment, an awkward silence as if our life is on the line. So, when we are identified only with these first 2 layers, physical survival and social survival, life becomes a continuous emergency. We live in a low-grade fight or flight around our health, our finances, our image, our brand, our success. Whether we are liked, respected, admired. We're always scanning. Am I safe? Am I winning? Am I enough? And yet, if you look closely, even in the middle of intense emotion, something else is happening. Alongside the fear, the anger, the shame, there's also a quiet knowing. I'm aware of this fear. I'm noticing this anger. I see this shame. This simple fact that you can notice your reactions opens the door to the third layer. Beneath the survival programs and the social dramas, there's a different dimension of your being, a field of awareness that is already at rest. This awareness is not trying to survive. It is not comparing itself to others. It's simply present. So right now, as you listen, sounds are appearing in awareness. Images on the screen are appearing in awareness. Thoughts and interpretations are appearing in awareness. Notice that everything you call me, this body, these emotions, this personality is actually something you can observe. If you can observe it, it's an object in awareness. But you at the deepest level are the awareness itself. So from this perspective of the world, we can say the nervous system evolved fight and flight for physical survival. The mind evolved ego and reactivity for social survival and interaction. From the perspective of awakening, we see something different. Both of these layers arise in awareness. Awareness itself did not evolve as a survival strategy. It is the ever-present ground in which evolution, survival, and even death appear and disappear. So you could say the body and ego are for surviving. Awareness is for knowing reality. As what? As the self. Not by doing something, but by simply being what it already is. So let's try a brief experiment wherever you are. First, feel the body. Notice any areas of tension, jaw, shoulders, belly. This is layer 1, the survival body. Just acknowledge the body is here, sensation is here. Now bring to mind a recent situation where you feel triggered, or you felt triggered, or misunderstood, or criticized, or left out. Let a bit of that feeling arise. This is layer 2, the social self, the ego trying to protect its image and the desire to belong. Acknowledge that too. Here is the reactive me, the ego me. Now, very gently shift attention from the content to the context. Instead of focusing on the tension or the story, notice the simple fact that you're aware of all of this. Ask very quietly, inside, what is it that knows these sensations? What is it that knows this emotion? What is it that knows this thought? Don't look for a shape or color or image. Just notice the open, boundary-less space of knowing itself. In this moment, is that awareness threatened? Is it lacking? Does it have a status to defend? Or is it simply present, already whole, already free? This is what I mean by restful awareness. We don't need to get rid of the first two layers. The body's survival responses are intelligent. The ego's social intelligence can be useful and creative. The shift is just this. Instead of being owned by the fight or flight response, we recognize it as a temporary storm in the body. Instead of being trapped in ego drama, we relate to it as a set of learned patterns for social survival. We rest more and more as the awareness that witnesses all of it. From here, when the body is scared, we can respond with care instead of panic. When the ego is triggered, we can respond with curiosity instead of shame. And through it all, we can remember what I truly am was never in danger. So let's summarize. Fight or flight, the nervous system's way of saying, keep this body alive. Ego and reactivity, the mind's way of saying, keep this social self accepted and important. And restful awareness is reality's way of silently shining as the one who knows both without needing protection. As we explore these layers, not as abstract theories, but as living experience, we begin to discover a new kind of freedom. Not the freedom of controlling every circumstance, but the freedom of recognizing what we are prior to every reaction. In any case, thanks for watching, and if this resonated, then I invite you to take a few moments today to simply sit, feel the body, notice the ego's movements, and then relax as the awareness that holds it all. That simple resting is the beginning and the end of the journey from survival to self. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma.